Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a kind and beautiful girl named Cinderella. Her real name was Ella, but after her father died, her life changed completely. Her father had married a proud and cruel woman who had two daughters. They were selfish and jealous of Cinderella's beauty and kindness. After her father's death, her stepmother made her work like a servant in her own home. She cleaned the floors, cooked the meals, washed clothes, and slept near the fireplace. Because she was often covered in ashes, her stepsisters mockingly called her Cinderella. Even though she was treated badly, Cinderella never lost her gentle heart. She spoke kindly to everyone and found comfort in her animal friends, little mice and birds who loved her dearly. One day, exciting news spread throughout the kingdom. The king and queen announced a grand royal ball at the palace. The prince would attend, and he would choose a bride from the young women of the kingdom. Every eligible young lady was invited. Cinderella was filled with hope. She wanted to go to the ball too. She carefully helped her stepsisters get ready, sewing their dresses and fixing their hair. When she asked her stepmother if she could go, her stepmother cruelly laughed and gave her impossible chores to finish before the evening. Cinderella worked as fast as she could, and her animal friends helped her. Together, they finished the chores. The birds even helped create a beautiful dress for her from an old gown that belonged to her mother. But when her stepsisters saw Cinderella in the dress, they tore it apart in jealousy. Her stepmother left her behind as they went to the ball. Cinderella ran into the garden and cried. Her dreams shattered. Suddenly, a soft voice said, "Do not cry, my child." It was her fairy godmother, with a wave of her magic wand. The fairy godmother turned a pumpkin into a shining golden carriage. She transformed mice into horses, a rat into a coachman, and lizards into footmen. Then she waved her wand again, and Cinderella's torn dress became a stunning silver gown that sparkled like stars. On her feet appeared delicate glass slippers. "You shall go to the ball," said the fairy godmother. "But remember, the magic will end at midnight." Cinderella promised to return before midnight and rode to the palace in her magical carriage. At the royal ball, everyone stopped to stare when Cinderella entered. She looked like a princess. The prince was immediately enchanted by her beauty and grace. He asked her to dance, and they danced together all evening. They talked and laughed as if they had known each other forever. Cinderella was so happy that she forgot about time. Suddenly, she heard the clock begin to strike 12. Realizing the magic was ending, she ran from the palace. As she hurried down the stairs, one of her glass slippers slipped off her foot. She did not stop to pick it up. When the clock struck midnight, the magic vanished. The carriage turned back into a pumpkin, the horses into mice, and her gown returned to rags. But she was home safely. The prince found the glass slipper and knew he must find the mysterious girl who wore it. He announced that he would marry the young woman whose foot fit perfectly into the slipper. The prince and his servants traveled throughout the kingdom, visiting every house. Many girls tried to force their feet into the tiny slipper, including Cinderella's stepsisters. But it did not fit. When the prince arrived at Cinderella's house, the stepsisters tried again without success. Cinderella quietly asked if she could try. Her stepmother protested, but the prince insisted. Cinderella slipped her foot into the glass slipper, and it fit perfectly. She then revealed the other glass slipper from her pocket. The prince recognized her as the beautiful girl from the ball. Soon after, Cinderella and the prince were married in a grand celebration at the palace. Her kindness and patience had led her to happiness. She forgave her stepsisters and stepmother, showing that her heart was truly royal.
So, peace returned to the kingdom, and the story of the 5 princesses and the enchanted garden was told for generations as a tale of love, unity, and unbreakable bonds.